Zamori steps out into the night after another grand event meant to celebrate kindness and giving. Cameras flash behind him, music fades, and laughter stays inside the building. Yet his heart feels heavy. He owns towers of glass and land that stretch farther than he can see. But in that quiet moment, none of it brings warmth. The expensive suit on his back feels colder than the evening air. And for the first time in years, he wonders why success feels so lonely. His car moves slowly through the city, passing bright lights that soon turn into dim streets. At one busy crossing, traffic pauses, and life outside his window looks very different from the world he just left. Families huddle close, vendors shout for attention, and tired faces tell stories of long days and harder nights. Zamori looks away at first, then back again, unable to ignore what he sees. Near the road, a small girl walks carefully, avoiding sharp stones and broken ground. Her steps are slow, her body thin, and her feet carry marks of pain. Each move shows quiet strength. Zamori notices how she keeps going without complaint, even when every step must hurt. Something about her calm focus pulls his attention more than any speech from the gala. As the noise around her fades, he hears her soft voice carried by the open window. She speaks to the night, not asking for riches, only for something small that would help her learn and grow. The words are gentle, hopeful, and full of trust. Zamori feels his chest tighten, as if those simple wishes were meant only for him. Instead of asking the driver to move on, he stays and watches. He follows from a distance and sees where the girl rests, how little she has, and how much effort it takes for her family to survive. He learns about a mother who gives up her own comfort, so her child can dream of a better tomorrow. When Zamori finally steps forward, he hides who he is. He speaks kindly and listens carefully, wanting to understand rather than impress. The girl shares hopes that go far beyond her situation, dreams built on learning and safety. What Zamori offers next changes more than one life. It is not just help, but respect, care, and a future. As he leaves, the city feels different. He now understands that real worth is found in answering quiet hopes when you are able to do so. His car stops near a busy crossing filled with noise, movement, and tired faces. People crowd the edges of the road, each one fighting to get through another night. Small stalls glow under weak lights, selling little items that barely bring enough money. Children cling to parents, and elders sit quietly, watching the world pass without noticing them. This place feels forgotten, like the city grew around it, and then turned its back. From inside the quiet vehicle, the scene feels close and distant at the same time. Warm air from the seats mixes with the smell of dust outside. The driver waits, but Zamori does not speak. His eyes stay fixed on the street, drawn to the way life here never slows. Some laugh to hide pain. Others argue over small things, and many simply stare ahead, hoping for morning. A woman bends down to arrange old shoes on a cloth, her hands shaking from cold. Nearby, a man shares bread with two boys who look no older than 8. Their smiles appear for a moment, then fade as reality returns. Zamori notices how everyone seems busy, yet no one truly moves forward. Each night repeats the same struggle. The traffic light stays red longer than usual. Sounds enter through a small opening in the window. Coughing, soft cries, and distant music mix together. This is not the kind of place shown on posters or charity screens. There are no speeches here, no applause, only survival. Zamori feels something tighten inside him. He has passed many areas like this before, always looking ahead, always in a hurry. Tonight feels different. The silence in his chest grows louder as he watches a young boy guide his blind grandfather across the road. Cars honk, but the child keeps going, protecting the man with his small body. Rain begins to fall lightly, turning dust into mud. People rush to cover goods. Children slip on wet ground, and tired mothers pull them close. Still no one leaves. This corner is all they have. Zamori understands that for them, night does not bring rest, only another test. The light finally changes. The driver looks back, waiting for a signal. Zamori raises his hand slightly, asking for more time. He wants to remember this place, every face, every sound. In that moment, he realizes the stop is not an accident. It is a quiet invitation to see life as it truly is, beyond walls of comfort, where strength lives without praise and hope survives without notice. A thin young girl named Nigerian Folktales walks slowly along the damaged road, placing each step with care. The ground is rough, filled with sharp stones and cracks that bite into her skin. Every movement brings pain, yet her face stays calm. She has learned how to hide discomfort, how to keep going without making a sound. Around her, people rush past, too busy to notice the quiet struggle happening right in front of them. Her clothes hang loosely on her small body, worn from many days of use. Dust sticks to her legs, and her toes show signs of old wounds that never fully healed. Still, she keeps moving forward, focused on reaching her destination. For her, stopping is not an option. She knows that each delay can mean trouble, hunger, or fear waiting at home. As she walks, memories fill her mind. Long mornings start before sunrise, helping her mother with chores before heading out. She dreams of sitting in a classroom, holding books, and writing her name neatly on clean paper. Learning feels like a door to another life, one far from the streets that hurt her every day. Nearby, laughter from other children floats through the air. Some wear clean shoes, others hold toys, but Niraya does not feel angry. She simply wonders what it must be like to walk without pain, to run without worry. She lifts her feet carefully, avoiding glass and metal pieces that shine under the streetlight. Her body feels tired, yet her heart stays strong. She believes that small hopes can grow into something bigger. Each careful step is a promise to herself that tomorrow can be different. She has no idea who might be watching, no thought that her quiet courage could change anything beyond her own life. The street feels cold as night settles in. Wind brushes against her skin, making her shiver, but she wraps her arms around herself and keeps moving. She passes stalls closing for the evening, and homes made of weak walls and plastic sheets. This world is hard, but it is the only one she knows. Even with pain in every step, Niraya does not cry. She walks with purpose, guided by a belief she cannot explain. Her journey across that broken ground is more than a walk. It is a silent message of strength, hope, and survival, written with each careful step she takes into the night. Believing no one hears her, Niraya slows her steps and lowers her head as night settles around her. The noise of the street fades into the background, and for a moment, it feels like the world belongs only to her thoughts. She closes her eyes, not because she is sleepy but because she is hopeful. In that quiet space, she speaks from her heart, not loudly, not with demand, but with gentle trust. Her voice is almost lost in the air, carried away by passing cars and distant voices. She does not expect an answer. She has learned not to expect much at all. Still, she speaks, because holding hope inside hurts more than letting it out. Her wish is small, simple, and meant to ease her daily pain. She thinks of mornings when she walks long distances, of sharp ground and cold paths, and of how hard it is to sit and learn when every step before class already feels like a battle. She imagines herself walking with ease, feeling protected, feeling like other children. The thought brings a soft smile to her face, one that disappears quickly as she opens her eyes again. Around her, life continues as usual. People move past without slowing down. No one stops. No one turns. It feels like her words have vanished into nothing. Yet her heart feels lighter for having spoken. The quiet wish gives her strength, even if nothing changes. She believes that saying it out loud matters, even if only the night listens. She adjusts her posture and takes another careful step forward, holding on to that tiny spark inside her chest. What she does not know is that sometimes hope travels farther than expected. Sometimes quiet words reach places loud voices never do. Her simple request floats through the air, unseen and unheard by her, but not forgotten. The city lights reflect in her eyes as she moves on. Pain still exists, and tomorrow will still be hard. But for that brief moment, she feels less alone. Her faith is not in miracles or promises, but in the idea that kindness can appear without warning. She continues walking, unaware that her soft moment of honesty has already begun to change something beyond her sight. In that silence, her belief stands strong, proving that even the smallest wish, spoken with truth, carries a power greater than she can imagine. Zamori hears the prayer through his open car window, carried softly by the night air, and it stops his thoughts at once. The sound is gentle, almost fragile, yet it reaches him clearly. He is used to loud voices asking for big favors, but this is different. The words are simple, spoken without anger or blame, and they strike something deep inside him. His breath slows, and his hand tightens slightly as if his body understands before his mind does. He turns his head toward the sidewalk, searching for the source. There she stands, small against the wide street, speaking as if the world is not listening. Her face shows no drama, only quiet hope. Zamori feels a sudden weight in his chest, the kind that money has never been able to lift. In that moment, the noise of the city fades, and everything he owns feels far away. He remembers standing on stages, praised for generosity, shaking hands under bright lights. None of those moments feel as real as this one. A child asking for something so basic makes his success feel uncomfortable. He wonders how many times he has passed by voices like this without noticing, protected by glass, speed, and habit. The car remains still, but his thoughts race. He thinks about comfort, choice, and how easily he moves through life. That single request reveals a world where daily pain is normal, and hope must be whispered. His eyes stay fixed on her, and for the first time that night, he does not feel important. He feels human. A strange warmth spreads through him, mixed with shame and clarity. He realizes that no award or donation has ever moved him like these few quiet words. They were not meant for him, yet they found him anyway. It feels like a message he was supposed to hear, delivered without knowing his name. The driver glances back, waiting for instructions, but Zamori raises a finger, asking for silence. He wants to hold on to this moment, afraid that if the car moves, the feeling will disappear. He watches the girl lower her head and step away, unaware that she has changed the course of someone else's night. As the car finally pulls forward, Zamori does not lean back or check his phone. His eyes remain on the street behind him. Something inside has shifted. The prayer stays with him, echoing quietly, reminding him that real impact begins when you truly listen. Instead of leaving, Zamori quietly watches as the girl moves away from the road. He asks the driver to follow slowly, keeping distance so she does not feel afraid. The busy street fades behind them, replaced by narrow paths and dim lights. His eyes take in every detail, and his heart grows heavier with each step she takes ahead of the car. She turns into an area hidden from main roads, where houses lean on each other for support. Walls are made from mixed materials, some broken, some patched with plastic. Water runs along the ground, and the air smells damp. Zamori sees children sitting near small fires, warming their hands, their faces tired beyond their years. This is not a place shown in city plans or news reports. The girl stops near a tiny shelter and slips inside. Zamori steps out quietly and watches from a short distance. He notices how little space surrounds her world. There is no yard, no fence, only a shared ground filled with mud and scattered objects. A woman moves inside the shelter, her body thin, her face lined with worry. She welcomes the child with a soft touch, checking her feet with care. Zamori's chest tightens as he understands more without hearing words. He sees empty containers, worn blankets, and a single light flickering weakly above them. The woman gives the child food, though the portion is small. Zamori realizes she likely saved it just for her. The room feels heavy with sacrifice and love mixed together. Rain begins to fall harder, tapping loudly on weak roofs. Water finds its way inside, and the woman quickly places bowls to catch the drops. The girl helps without complaint, moving as if this routine is normal. Zamori feels a deep ache. He has buildings that stand strong against storms. Yet here, people face the night with almost nothing. He steps back, unseen, respecting their space. The urge to help grows stronger, but he knows rushing in would not be right. He wants to understand fully, to act with care, not pride. Standing there in the shadows, he feels smaller than ever before. As he returns to the car, Zamori does not speak. The image of that small shelter stays in his mind. He now understands that the girl's wish was only a piece of a much larger struggle. Watching her world has opened his eyes, and he knows he cannot simply drive away unchanged. He learns Nairaya's mother Tebra Sefu lives each day by making quiet sacrifices that no one sees. Through careful listening and watching, Zamori begins to understand the truth behind their struggle. Tebra wakes before dawn, her body already tired, yet her mind focused on one goal. Everything she does is centered on her child's future, even when it costs her strength. Neighbors speak softly about her habits. They mention how she often says she has eaten already, even when there is no food left. Zamori notices how her face looks thinner than it should, how her hands shake slightly as she works. It becomes clear that she chooses hunger so her daughter can keep learning. Education is the one thing she refuses to give up, even when life offers very little. Each morning, Deborah prepares her child with care. She smooths her clothes, fixes her hair, and sends her off with a smile that hides worry. She never complains. Instead, she carries hope quietly, believing that knowledge can break the cycle she is trapped in. Zamori realizes that this woman measures wealth differently. For her, success is seeing her daughter walk toward a better life. At night, when the child returns, Deborah pretends to eat slowly, pushing food around her plate. She listens more than she speaks, asking about lessons, teachers, and dreams. Zamori learns that she once had hopes of her own, but life forced her to choose survival instead. Still, she refuses to let that happen to her child. This understanding hits Zamori harder than anything he has seen so far. He has known hunger only by choice, never by duty. Watching a mother deny herself so her daughter can grow fills him with deep respect and shame. He sees love in its purest form, quiet and strong, asking for nothing in return. Deborah never asks for help. She believes dignity matters, even in poverty. That strength makes her struggle invisible to most people. Zamori now sees what others overlook. He understands that the child's small wish carries the weight of a mother's endless giving. As he steps away, Zamori feels changed. He no longer sees numbers or problems to fix. He sees devotion, courage, and a bond stronger than comfort. That knowledge stays with him, shaping the choice he knows he must soon make. Zamori approaches humbly, taking slow steps so he does not frighten her. His clothes are plain now, his voice calm and gentle. He does not arrive like an important man, but like someone who wants to listen. Niraya looks up with caution, unsure why a stranger would speak to her. He lowers himself slightly to her level, showing respect without saying it out loud. He asks simple questions at first, nothing heavy, nothing personal. She answers softly, her eyes watching his face for signs of danger. Zamori listens carefully, not interrupting, not rushing. There is no hurry in his tone. For the first time in a long while, someone seems truly interested in her words. When he asks about her hopes, she hesitates. No one has ever asked her that before. She shifts her weight and looks down, then speaks slowly. She talks about learning, about wanting to read well, to understand numbers, to one day help her mother rest. Her voice grows steadier as she speaks, as if saying these thoughts makes them feel real. Zamori feels something tighten inside him. These wishes are not loud or demanding. They are thoughtful, shaped by responsibility and love. He does not hear greed or fantasy. He hears purpose. He asks her what she enjoys most, and she smiles shyly for the first time. She mentions school days, even when they are hard, because they make her feel hopeful. He nods, encouraging her to continue. He does not promise anything. He does not hint at power or money. He simply listens, giving her space to speak freely. That alone feels like a gift to her. She begins to believe that her thoughts matter. As the conversation continues, Zamori notices her confidence growing. Her shoulders relax. Her words come faster. He realizes that being seen, truly seen, can change someone in small but powerful ways. He asks one final question: what she believes her future could be like. She pauses, then answers with quiet courage. Zamori thanks her for sharing and stands slowly. He leaves without revealing who he is or why he came. Niraya watches him go, confused but lighter somehow. Zamori walks away deeply moved. He now understands that before changing a life, you must first understand it. Listening, he realizes, is the first step toward real kindness. What Zamori gives her goes far beyond shoes, education, safety, and dignity. He starts by making sure she has the tools to learn properly. Books, school supplies, and uniforms arrive quietly, carefully chosen so she can feel proud each morning. No longer does she have to borrow or share, or feel embarrassed in class. Every item reminds her that someone believes in her potential. He also ensures that she can move freely without fear. The paths she walks, once sharp and dangerous, are now safe. Shoes protect her feet, and someone watches over her when she travels to school and back. Rain or heat no longer threatens her health, or makes her journey unbearable. The small comfort of protection gives her confidence she has never known. At home, things change too. Zamori arranges support that helps her mother rest. knowing that Tebra's sacrifices have carried the child this far. Food is enough, blankets keep them warm, and walls feel solid instead of fragile. The little household begins to feel like a place where hope can grow instead of a constant struggle. They gain more than safety, they gain peace. Zamori also teaches a quiet lesson about dignity. He treats the girl and her mother with respect, listening to their wishes rather than imposing his ideas. Every choice given to them comes with trust. Niraya learns that being valued does not mean asking for forgiveness or shrinking herself. She can dream openly, speak honestly, and expect to be treated with care. This understanding shapes her confidence more than any material gift. Beyond the immediate help, Zamori opens doors to opportunities. Tutoring, mentorship, and guidance make her education meaningful, not just present. She meets people who encourage her dreams, showing her that effort and knowledge can truly change a life. Every day, she feels stronger, smarter, and capable of more than she imagined. Zamori watches quietly as Niraya grows in courage and joy. Her laughter returns, soft but full of promise. Her steps are lighter, her smile wider. The small prayer she whispered on the street, once barely noticed, now feels like it has carried a powerful force. What started with a pair of shoes becomes a life transformed, one of learning, protection, and self-respect. In giving so fully, Zamori discovers something too. Wealth is measured not by possessions but by the lives touched and the hope restored. His heart, once cold from routine and luxury, now warms with the understanding that true power lies in lifting others, quietly, with care and humility. Zamori walks away changed, feeling a warmth he has never known despite all his riches. The streets around him look the same, the cars and lights unchanged, yet his heart sees them differently. For the first time, he understands that money alone does not bring happiness. True value lies in using what you have to help someone who truly needs it. The quiet wish of a small child has taught him more than years of meetings and deals ever could. He thinks about the girl, Niraya, and her mother, Tebra. Their courage, love, and determination leave a deep mark on him. He remembers the careful steps, the whispered prayers, the small smiles that hide so much struggle. Zamori realizes that listening, noticing, and acting with care can create change far beyond any charity gala or donation. One small action, given at the right time, can transform an entire life. As he moves through the city, he reflects on his own life. Towers of glass and streets of gold suddenly seem less important than he once believed. All the awards, the applause, and the public praise cannot match the quiet satisfaction of knowing someone is safe, learning, and hopeful because of him. He understands that his wealth carries responsibility, and that using it wisely is what makes it meaningful. He remembers the look in Niraya's eyes when he first asked about her dreams. That innocent hope, so unassuming, stays with him. It is a reminder that life is about more than power or recognition. It is about the difference you can make in another person's world, even in ways that cannot be measured by numbers or money. Zamori feels a deep sense of fulfillment that he never expected to find in his luxurious lifestyle. As the night winds pass around him, he makes a silent promise to himself. He will no longer ignore those who need help, and he will act when he can, quietly and sincerely. The lessons from the street corner and the small house are clear. Generosity is not about show, and real success is seeing lives flourish because of your choices. By the time he reaches home, Zamori is transformed. The emptiness that often accompanied his victories is gone. In its place is a steady sense of purpose and joy. He now knows that wealth is not counted in buildings or money, but in answered prayers, restored hope, and the quiet smiles of lives touched by kindness. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel for more amazing African tales. Hit the bell icon so you never miss a story that inspires, entertains, and teaches powerful lessons.